CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for spending some time with us on this Thursday, September 18th. We begin in Greater Sudbury, where multiple agencies are investigating after a 42-year-old man was killed while on the job this morning in Hanmer. We get more from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
Investigators spent a good portion of the day at this rural property in Hanmer looking into a workplace fatality.
So information provided was that a contract worker was trapped beneath an excavator. So police, fire, and EMS were all dispatched to the scene. Unfortunately, the 42-year-old man was pronounced deceased at the scene.
Sudbury police say the incident happened around 8:15 this morning.
Our integrated traffic safety unit was the initial response, and now our criminal investigations division is working in collaboration with the coroner's office as well as the Ministry of Labor, as this is a workplace fatality. So they will determine the circumstances that led to the fatality, as well as any other relevant information.
Both police and Ministry of Labor investigators were on scene throughout the day collecting evidence. Large piles of sand could be seen behind the home where landscape work was being done. However, no details have been released on how the worker ended up trapped under the excavator.
All of that information is determined by the MOL, and based on the fact that they are the lead investigators, we don't want to impede on the integrity of their investigation.
CTV reached out to the Ministry of Labor, who says an inspector has been assigned to investigate, but no further details are available. A spokesperson for the Office of the Chief Coroner could only confirm they are investigating, but added details are not being released publicly. At the request of the family, the 42-year-old victim's name will not be released. Police also did not disclose the name of the company the worker was employed with. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Hanmer.
Shifting gears now, a pretty nice late summer day out there and just a little over normal values. We have been blessed lately. Will the conditions hold? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman.
Tony, for the most part, we dodged the rain bullet for today. We were supposed to get some rain, but some cloud, mainly cloudy, some sun and cloud. Forecast radar coming up, brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today, CAA.ca. We've got some showers, or at least the chance of showers for the weekend. We'll get into that in the 5-day forecast and a lot more. But overnight, partly cloudy. A few clouds in some sectors. So all in all, not a good, really not a bad start to the weekend as we kick things off tomorrow with some nice temperatures, not extremely warm, but some sunshine. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. Made in Timmins' approach to informing people about the complexities of intimate partner violence and why women stay in abusive relationships is now live online. CTV's Lydia Chubak has more.
The new website, stayingisn'tchoosing.ca, is where people can find resources, crisis phone lines, myth-busting content, among other details about intimate partner violence, including 5 short films.
But he can be a good man, an amazing father.
I just did a 10-hour shift. And I come home to this? Hey, where do you think you're going?
And he looks after you.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Each video runs about 2 minutes long. Some of the topics include details about various forms of abuse and control, such as gaslighting, financial manipulation, family or cultural pressures, and intimidation and isolation.
If you can name what gaslighting is, if you can name what coercive control is, if you're able to identify it and name it, then that means you can better stand up to it, right? More information helps you understand your situation better. So I'm hopeful that it's an education campaign that can educate in so many more ways than one.
Nobert DeMarchi says many partners were involved in the creation of this new website and videos, including the City of Timmins, Lviv, local media businesses, Indigenous groups, even local actors were cast as characters. Nobert DeMarchi says it's a made-in-Timmins solution to address one of the most common and painful questions IPV workers hear: why do women stay?
Oftentimes there are systemic barriers, and there's things that are in place both in their personal lives and systemically that don't allow them to leave. systemic barriers can be there's no space in shelter. It can be, their own personal, they may not have financial capacity to move. They may not have a space to go. They may not have the supports in place.
Officials say they want to change the narrative from blaming women to having people better understand the complexities of why women choose to stay and learn how to be more supportive. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
The federal government announced today it is partnering with the city of Greater Sudbury. It's investing $552,000 to support the city's Veterans Homelessness Program. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
The program aims to help veterans who are experiencing or at imminent risk of homelessness.
That funding is going to Centre de Santé, who operates the homelessness network on our behalf, and the funding is for over a 4-year period, so it's $138,000 a year, and that will be used to fund 1 full-time dedicated staff, as well as providing supports for direct services.
I know a lot of us don't think of veterans of being homeless or at really imminent risk of being homeless, but the sad reality is that is indeed the case. So what we want to do is provide those really important supports to our veterans. They served us well, and this is an opportunity for us to ensure that they are treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve.
The key goals for the program include securing and maintaining stable housing for veterans and offering culturally appropriate supports for them, including Indigenous veterans. Ray Landry says the program has been active in the city for almost a year and is already seeing great success.
Through the city's coordinated access, various shelters and other service providers, we've identified 11 veterans that have been experiencing homelessness. And the program since October is working quite well, and we've succeeded in housing 9 of 11 of those veterans, with we believe a 10th to be housed very soon.
According to the 2021 census, there are an estimated 461,240 Canadian veterans. As of April 2025, the Government of Canada estimates that over 2,000 veterans are experiencing homelessness across Canada. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
All right, time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. But first, let's head to Elliott Lake and a live webcam from the Fire Tower Lookout. It is courtesy of the city of Elliott Lake. It's 22 Celsius. We're back in a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Here we go. Unofficially, the weekend is here. Some people like to start on Thursday, and that's a good thing because you know what? An extra day of a weekend is good in anyone's books. Forecast radar. No chance of rain for tomorrow. Here we go. Cloud cover, partly cloudy or cloudy skies is, well, we'll have to deal with that for tomorrow, depending on your situation. Some sunny breaks as well. We'll take a look at some of the current temperatures now. You'll like what you see. Sudbury Nickel Belt, gradual clearing for tomorrow. 16 degrees, kind of cool. Overnight low of 2. Saturday, we've got 18. Some cloud cover on Sunday, 18. Then we have a chance of showers at 40%. So depending on how you like to roll the dice, 40% on Monday, 30% on Tuesday, daytime highs around 20. So that cooler weather is setting in to the northeast as we approach fall. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma, loads of sunshine for tomorrow at 19. Sun and clouds Saturday at 18. We have the chance of showers again at 30 and 40%. Sunday and Monday, 19 and 20. And the chance of showers Tuesday at 30%, 21. So the temperature's a little bit above normal, hovering around 16, 17 and above. So it is cooling down. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, gradual clearing tomorrow, 14, but 0 overnight. Saturday, 19 sunshine. Sunday, chance of showers. Monday, chance of showers. Pretty well the story across the northeast, both days at 19. And again, the chance of showers come Tuesday at 20. Again, the chance at 30%. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, mainly sunny tomorrow at 15, overnight low of only 1. 18 Saturday, sunshine. Sunday, chance of showers. Monday, the same. And Tuesday, chance of showers. We go from 30 to 40 to 30% chance. 18, 20, and 21. So here we go into North Bay and West Nipissing. Gradual clearing tomorrow, 16. Overnight low of 2, risk of frost. Saturday, here we go with sunshine, 19. Sunday, cloud cover, 19. 20 Monday, Tuesday, chance of showers both days, 40 and 30%. So here we go. A couple of days of sunshine there, Tony. And the chance of showers, depending on your gambling habits, 30, 40%. Will it rain? Only Environment Canada knows. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. The province has increased land ambulance funding this year to help offload patients faster when they reach hospital. In the Cochrane District Services area, the investment is nearly $8.5 million, or a 2% funding increase. The increase to base funding is aimed at helping municipalities address rising costs of healthcare services like paramedic staff and equipment. MPP George Perry announced that, along with additional money to hire nurses and other medical staff through the dedicated Offload Nurses program. The extra funding is a little more than $145,000. Officials with Canada Post say they are sending new offers to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers to move negotiations forward. The move comes after the Postal Workers Union lifted its overtime ban and shifted to refusing to deliver commercial flyers in a bid to drive Canada Post back to the bargaining table earlier this week. Canada Post says the decision has impacted thousands of Canadian businesses that reach customers with information and offers through the mail. The Crown Corporation says Cup W employees are paid to deliver flyers on top of their wages. The union, meanwhile, has called on the Crown Corporation's management to stop playing games and mismanaging this important federal service. Following 2 days of torrential rain last summer in Strong and Jolly townships that washed out roads and left severe damage in its wake, the province is coming through with disaster relief funding. When the wild weather blew in June 23rd and 24th, flash floods washed out roads and culverts were severely damaged in both townships. The provincial government is providing $555,000 through its Municipal Disaster Recovery Assistance Program to help the communities cover the emergency response costs and infrastructure repairs. Strong Township is getting $492,000, while Jolly is set to receive up to $63,000. At the same time, the municipalities have been preparing for any future natural disasters.
We're upgrading the size of our culverts. We're doing everything we can to make sure that these types of events are preventative. So, an ounce of prevention to a pound of solution, and that's what we are doing for sure. We all come together and get the roads open, get the roads safe again.
That's really challenging and difficult in municipalities like this, where a lot of the roads are kind of one-way, roads. They're dead-end roads, and so we need to make sure that our communities, big and small, are looked after when things go sideways from Mother Nature.
Smith says the reason the money is flowing in a little over a year later is because the province had to follow a process to tally up the cost of damage and extent of the resources used. They are teaming up. Coming up on CTV News at 5, we take you to North Bay, where some agencies are partnering with the battalion to help kids go to camp. Timmins fire crews were called to High Falls yesterday to rescue a dog. A pair of kayakers were paddling Grassy River with their pup when their kayak overturned. They became stranded on some rocks below High Falls, and the paddlers couldn't reach the dog because of swift currents and challenging terrain. The fire department was able to rescue the animal. Residents in Vaughan, north of Toronto, say the coyote situation is out of control. Video from a driveway surveillance camera shows a pack of coyotes seeming to fight over something on the ground. At first, there are 3, but at least 5 more join in. The problem seems to be concentrated in the Thornhill area of Vaughan. Of the nearly 400 coyote sightings in the city so far this year, 240 have been in the Thornhill area. Well, Kids Sport North Bay and the YMCA of Northeastern Ontario are teaming up with the North Bay Battalion to make sure every kid in the community has a chance to join camp, no matter their family's financial situation. When the battalion hosts Barrie October 19th, the YMCA will be holding the Fill the Bus event in collaboration with Kids Sport. The 50-50 jackpot that night will start at $2,000 due to a sponsorship with Lifelong Planning Group. Proceeds will go back to assisting families with financial barriers to send their kids to day camp or overnight camp with the YMCA. Because of the partnership, Kids Sport can now assist families outside of North Bay and also covers high school sports.
We've gone from assisting 40 to 50 kids a year in the sports like soccer, baseball, and hockey. To this year, because of the partnership, and we've been able to expand the program, we're going to assist approximately 350 kids this year.
We always want to look at how we can continue to impact our community in a really positive way. This year, we actually helped more kids than ever before, so we know that there's a growing need. Our goal is to raise as many funds as we can.
And a second battalion game in the spring will extend the impact of the collaboration. Last year, $87,000 was raised, and that was able to send almost 300 kids to camp. The Soo Greyhounds have signed a pair of players from the program's 2024 draft class. Goaltender William Camputaro and defenseman Isaiah Allen have signed on the dotted line. The Hounds picked up 17-year-old Camputaro in the 2024 priority selection, 80th overall, and Allen was their 10th round pick. And Allen is no stranger to the North. The 16-year-old defenseman played 44 games with the Blind River Beavers last season. And the OHL starts its regular season tonight. The North Bay Battalion kick off their season on home ice against last season's Eastern Conference champs, the Oshawa Generals. Game time is 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, Sudbury Wolves will play host to the Troops at the Community Arena. And the Soo Greyhounds are home to the Saginaw Spirit at GFL Memorial Gardens. Both those games get underway just after 7 o'clock. And speaking of season starting, CTV's weekly segment, Hockey This Week, makes its return tomorrow. You can catch up on Northern hockey every Friday evening right here on CTV. And one game in the NOJHL this evening, the Powassan Voodoos have won their first 2 games of the season. Will they make it a three-peat tonight? They take on the Sudbury Cubs at Countryside Arena at 7 o'clock. Preparing for end of life in the digital world. When we return, we explore a new app that was created in the North. You're watching First at 5. There are 2 certainties in life, death and taxes. Neither is pleasant, but a northern company has created an app to make life easier when a loved one passes away. To tell us more, let's bring in Joy Werda, the CEO of Exit App, and she joins us from Sault Ste. Marie. Hi there, Joy.
Hi, good evening. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you're having a great day.
I hope so, too. So tell us more about the app. How does it work?
So Exit Life Ready Final Wishes app was a brainchild 2 years in the making with Cambrian College and R&D students. Over that course of time, we started to see, okay, what are we going to need and how are we going to bring it to, we were all Sudburyans and we knew, okay, end of life planning, we wanted to meet the users where they felt comfortable, and that was digital. We built the app Exit Life Ready to support advanced care planning, information, and not just at end of life when someone died. It was having a voice to be respected when you no longer had a voice, and that could have been at a catastrophic event, a life-changing, altering event, when you just no longer could speak for yourself. Well, what were your wishes and what would you like us to respect? And that's kind of where it started, and it kind of grew from there. For the last 2 years, we launched our business model startup tech Greater Sudbury in November, and then we launched in both app stores in March of this year, and we're now in US, UK, and Australia.
So I'm wondering, what's the response been like from people out there?
Absolutely amazing. We look at the dynamics and we thought, okay, we're going to build an app and we're going to support advanced care planning and different directives. Have a voice when you no longer had it. Legacy, what's your story? We all have one. Have access to a shared calendar. And then it just took a life of its own and it just started growing. it was the relationships that my partners and I had in the North and Greater Sudbury, actually, that was that catalyst of change, the dynamic where we were building partnerships and relationships from multiple industries. A perfect example, you're traveling, you are cruising, we've earned it, you're packing your sunscreen, your flip-flops, but are you packing your power of attorney or your will? What if that event happened on those beautiful sands? And then all of a sudden decisions are made in crisis. So then the industry started looking at, wow, this is a different concept, having access to those vital documents when you need it the most.
I'm wondering, Joy, is there a cost to access the Exit app?
So we, being entrepreneurs in Greater Sudbury and all in the service industry, so we have Jordan from Northern Law, and then we have, Nicole and Lizette from an aging demographic and older adults. We wanted to make sure we could cover all our bases. So we have a premium service on Exit Life Ready Final Wishes app. We have a monthly and an annual subscription, and we also have a lifetime legacy that supports those relationships we're building in, larger volume. But we also have, with Home Hospice North, our not-for-profit, a free version, bare bones. So at least individuals can still have a voice when they need it the most. So we're covering all our bases.
Joy, good luck with the app. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Joy Werda joined us from Sault Ste. Marie. To see more of our Tech Talk series, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from Sudbury. The old St. Joseph's Hospital on Paris Street is coming down. Crews are demolishing the structure that has been vacant for several years now. This building became Canada's largest mural in 2019. Last month, the City of Greater Sudbury received a demolition permit from the owner, Panoramic Properties, to tear down the building. Still in Sudbury, late last month, the Ghanaian Canadian Association of Sudbury celebrated with the inauguration of the association. This landmark event, the first of its kind in Sudbury, was also the first official visit of the Ghana consulate to Northern Ontario. Local dignitaries were also in attendance. And let's head to Timmins. Check out this beautiful sunset. It was sent in by Marcel Leroux. He captured this shot from his house. Great to hear from you, Marcel. Thanks for the photograph. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. Folks, for now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.